Hi, hello, and welcome. You're tuned to Pimp My Noodles, the only show that actually believes you when you say how long your noodle is. My name's Aaron, and today we are going to make a 70s Chinese takeout classic. Yep, I'm talking about sweet and sour pork. Deep fried pork with caramelized pineapple, charred chilies in a sticky sweet sauce, served with crispy instant noodles.
That's right.
While you're looking around on the internet, why don't you find us at Instagram and Facebook? The addresses are up on the screen right now. If you haven't subscribed, there's a G in the bottom of the screen, or hit the subscribe button. You can like, and then you can comment and share, and all the things that make this an interactive community. Look, if you're a budding cook yourself and you've got an idea for a dish, why don't you leave it in the comment section? You never know, we might actually make it here on the show. As Westerners, we love to bastardize everyone else's food. We take a classic dish and make it our own. The problem is, growing up, it's what you get used to, and you crave those dishes, even if you know it's not the proper version. So today, we're gonna actually celebrate the westernized version of something, and we're gonna pimp out a sweet and sour pork to the max so you can satisfy those cravings and not feel so guilty about it. To make this dish, you're gonna need so many ingredients that I'm not even gonna bother listing them. So click the link in the description below. That'll take you to the recipe at pimpmynoodles.com, your one-stop noodle pimp and shop. God, I love saying that line. Before we start the show, I didn't test which chilies to use in the dish, so I thought I'd taste a few of them now, figure it out. I don't know, this one here, it's just a normal red pepper. I don't think it'll be, maybe it'll suit it. Yeah, I can't really taste much. My nostril hairs, there's some smoke from those. It's good if you really chew it too, because your tongue, when it blisters, you can feel the blisters popping. That's kind of cool. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our chilies and our capsicum. So put on the burner, put it on high. Okay, we'll try that again. First thing you do is put on your burner. Yay! Grab yourself a pair of tongs. Get your capsicum. We're going to blacken the capsicum and the chili so we can get this wonderful dark char. It's going to counteract the sweetness of the sugar and the pineapple that we're going to add later to the dish. Look, that's pretty blackened. That's about how far you have to take it. That's what you want it to look like. Smoky goodness. I don't think that's the right one. Maybe we move to habanero. What do you think? Now we're going to do the same thing with the chilies, but because they're smaller, we're going to put them in a wire basket. If you don't have a wire basket or whatever, you can use tongs again, just like I have for the capsicum. Oh, if you've got an exhaust fan at home or a window, open it, turn it on, the fumes. Hey, look, they make pepper spray out of this stuff. So when they're blackened, put them aside, and we're just going to chop them up into chunks. Are my lips bubbling? Now it's time to make the marinade for our pork. Grab a bowl. I want you to add some 5-spice powder, a little bit of light soy, a splash of Zhaojing wine. All we're doing here is we're actually just creating a marinade. So, you know, I just want enough to be able to cover the meat more than anything else. A bit of ginger in here as well. And that's it. Give it a little bit of a mix. That's going to be our marinade for our pork. This is pork neck. Slice it up nice and thin. Just make sure that all the meat is coated with that wonderful marinade. Now we're going to put it back in the fridge and get on with the rest of our dish. That's just a bird's eye chili. It's, you know, only ridiculously. Next, it's my favorite part of the day. We're actually going to cook our noodles. I've got a pot of water here and bring it to a boil. And we're going to cook with these noodles for this episode. Now that's a pack of noodles. When the water's boiling, jam in your noodle. Cook the noodles for 2 minutes, strain them, drizzle over a little bit of oil so they don't stick together, and then set them aside. The worst one we could find, and it's pretty weak because the store was sold out of habaneros, so we've just got a little tiny scud chili here to finish this off from Thailand. I think I'll be having a drink after this. Okay, so we've done our chilies, we've marinated our pork, and we've cooked our noodles. So it's time to make our sweet and sour sauce. We're going to get some chicken stock first of all. Next, we're going to put in some tomato ketchup. You'd be thinking to yourself right now, well, how much ketchup do they use in China? And I don't think a lot. So again, this is the westernized version of the classic dish. Some brown sugar. How much? Well, a pinch. It is sweet and sour, so maybe a pinch and a bit. Some rice vinegar. Now this rice vinegar is going to counteract the sugar. That's our sour. So put some of this in, nice big splash. Some light soy if we can. Here we go. A little bit of dark soy as well. Not as much though. Be a little bit, you know, a little bit sparing. And finally, we're going to add some sesame oil. Again, just like the dark soy, it's pretty strong stuff, so don't go too overboard on it. Give this stuff a mix together and have a bit of a taste. This is the time where you should, you know, figure out if this is how you want this dish to taste. Yeah, just keep on testing and just make sure it's right for you. Just don't want it to be too ketchupy. The ketchup has a great flavour and it's also got a great thickness, which really adds to the sauce, but it can be overpowering. Oh, my tongue feels like it's on fire. Oh. Next, we're going to do our pork. We've got some potato flour in a bowl. We're just going to toss the pork lightly in the flour. Just shake off any excess and place it down on a board. Oh, it's getting worse. And, you know, don't stack them on top of each other because they're going to stick together. So just do that and repeat the process until all the pork's done. Okay, so next it's time to deep fry our pork. Remember this, don't get the oil too hot, don't have it too cool. We want it about 180 degrees. It's going to flash fry the outside of it very, very quickly. If you put lots in and you lower the temperature, what's going to happen is the oil is actually going to seep in and you're going to get this soggy, greasy mess, and no one wants that. Just grab a piece, carefully lower it into the oil. You can see it react straight away. And we'll just do a couple of pieces at a time. Be careful, hot oil and, you know, skin, they're not the best friends. So, you know, be careful, please. Maybe 3 is probably the absolute max that I'd do. Okay, so that's what you want to see. See those bubbles there, that great reaction? This is what we want to see. Look at this. Oh yeah, that's the pork saying it's loving its bath. Okay, so now it's time to cook our instant noodles. We're going to use the same oil as the pork, so don't throw it out. Bring the oil up to 180 degrees Celsius again. And cook them in small batches. I can't stress this enough. Don't just dump all the noodles in there because it's going to explode like this. Whoa! Look at that. He's angry. The sea was angry, my friends. Once the noodles are all brown and fried and crunchy and crispy and delicious, remove them with a pair of tongs, put them on a paper towel and repeat the process until all your noodles are done. The thing about chilies, oh Jesus, I don't want to touch them. They intensify over time. So while the first one was, you know, edible, now I've had 4 or 5. I feel like I can see through time. We're up to the last part of our dish and we're pulling it all together. If you've noticed, we've cooked all the ingredients separately and now it's time to, bring them together in one 70s classic dish, our sweet and sour pork. Grab a pan, put it over a high heat. I want you to get the pineapple and onion, add them to the pan. I don't have a lot of oil in the pan simply because we've got deep fried pork, we've got deep fried noodles. We don't want to be drowning in oil, so we, just pulled back a little bit. And I put a little bit of sugar in here. When the sugar melts, it's going to caramelize on the outside of the pineapple and make it all sticky, sweet, and delicious. Don't be afraid to, really take it and blacken it. This is what we want. We want lots of these dark flavors to counteract all the sweetness of the pineapple and the sauce that we're making. Add your chilies and your capsicum back to the pan. See, we've pre-charred everything. We've got this great look about it. Because everything cooks at a different speed. So if we've pre-cooked everything separately and we can bring them all together at the end, they'll all be perfect. A little bit of garlic as well. Okay, now it's time to add our sweet and sour sauce mix. Here we go. Oh yeah. Listen to that sound. We're going to bring this up to a boil and just cook it for about 30-40 seconds. We're going to add some potato flour that I've just put a little bit of water with just to thicken up the sauce here. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh man, see how that sauce is thickening up because we've put that potato flour in there? Yes, now's about the time we want to add our pork to the dish. Give it a bit of a mix. And look at that. We have cooked our 70s Chinese Takeout classic, sweet and sour pork.
Pimp my noodles.
It's time for my partner in crime, Josh. Josh, come on in here, give us our taste test. Tell us what you think of this 70s takeaway classic that we have pimped to the living.
We have pimped that indeed. Look at that thing. That is...
It's a pretty good creation, isn't it?
It's pimped to the max. It's
Thank
like
you very much, sir.
It's in a
its own little
70s disco
cage.
kind of thing. You know?
It is indeed. Have a bite. Tell us what you think.
How do I attack this?
Just go straight in. Yeah, that's it. Get some chilies. Get some... You got to get some pineapple.
Pineapple, chili.
Yeah, and some noodles. This is Pimp My Noodles, not Pimp anything else. There you go. Tell us what you think, Josh. I like that crunch. The noodles are good, aren't they?
Oh, wow. It's like a disco inferno.
Here at Pimp My Noodles, the dad jokes, well, they never end.
Especially not when it's the 70s.
No. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching us here. We've loved it. I've been Aaron Harvey. You've been watching Pimp My Noodles. As always, remember, subscribe. Remember to like, share, comment. Do all the things that show that you love Pimp My Noodles. Look, we can't wait to see you next time when we do absolutely something ridiculous, which is what we always do. Till then, keep noodle pimping your goodness.